Hello my bosom friends, and welcome back to my channel. Pray are all doing wonderful and are keeping in extremely good health and in perfect happiness. Today we're going to talk about ways we can use the feminine energy to our advantage, because I always feel like once we get the inside right, the outside is going to follow. The dressing more feminine, the looking more feminine is going to just come as a byproduct of that which is already going on inside. Because the thing about feminine energy is that it's going to shift everything internally as well as externally. And also, that being said, the feminine energy is not something that is like a pie in the sky where you have to be all these things and so much more to attain it. It's really just about listening and just diving deeper in the manner of Ralph. Diving deep one more time. So we have to dive deeper within so that we can all come up with all those things that we already, all those tools that we already have. It's just that sometimes we forget, or maybe we're afraid of remembering, because it's going to demand another level of you. It's just like changing is difficult, obviously, and the same with fully embracing your feminine energy. Maybe you fear that the people around you are not going to recognize you, but that's the thing about feminine energy, or being embracing your full power, because so many things are going to fall off and you're going to find your voice and you're going to be comfortable and confident in your own skin. And when you do that, you become the most powerful and most magnetic version of yourself. So that's why I love to tackle the inside, because when I also talk, I'm also teaching myself, and when I'm teaching, I'm also learning as well, because it truly is a journey. And that being said, I do have another video coming up after this one, perchance for me to redeem myself for the radio silence or for the spaced out content. I've just been so busy. Life has just been getting in the way, throwing a spanner between me and filming. So yeah, I do have an exciting external video, how to dress more feminine during the festive season. So look out for that one. I might just be dishing it out one after the other. Why not? As a little treat, seeing that we're getting into the season, the festive season. I feel like I have prattled enough about redeeming myself. So today's video is very much inspired by none other than Andrzej Sapkowski. I love his work because it's seemingly simple, yet it's very deep as well, and he's very philosophical, but in a simplified manner. Like, some of the things you'll be like, oh wow, why didn't I think of this? And so there's a line that really stayed with me in one of the books I'm reading. Well, I just finished reading it this weekend actually, and one of the guys say that, thank you for the gift, but I cannot accept this gift because I don't have anything in me to repay you for this gift. And it made me think that, there are certain things that demand a payback, and as a feminine woman, doors will open. You're more receptive, you're more available for these things, for these wonderful experiences, whether it's tangible or not tangible, because you're doing the work. So therefore you're going to become a magnet of all those wonderful things. But I think there's a certain layer that comes with being aware of that which you can pay back, because for every gift, even the Bible says that to whom much is given, much is required as well. So how do we rise to the occasion? How do we become these receptive beings, and also using the alchemical processes to our advantage, kind of like transmuting things basically from negative to positive? It takes a lot, doesn't it? So to whom much is given and much is required. In that process, how do we protect ourselves, and how do we continue to have these wonderful things that sort of come our way? And just like when you look at Mary, like Mary in the Bible as well, when you wash Jesus's feet with the perfume, she used the most expensive perfume to wash his feet. And also the Bible in Psalms 133, I think, it talks about that expensive oil that was dripping in on Aaron's beard. Yeah, so those are words that are actually in the Bible: expensive, sweet smelling, gorgeous things that we all love and desire, and we all should get those things. We deserve them. But the point that I'm trying to make is, when it comes to certain gifts, the bigger they are, obviously they're going to require a payback, because the same with the gift, if you don't use the talents, they will be taken away, because it means you're not appreciative, or maybe you get the gift too soon, and a gift that is received too soon can also be a curse. So there's simple ways. Obviously, whatever you receive, whether it's in a corporate environment, in friendships, on the open love market, whatever the case may be, the idea here is to give back in equal measure, but not obviously saying, I gave you $50,000, you should also give that person back $50,000. That's not what I mean at all. What I'm trying to say is that the love coals that you do not keep warm, they're going to turn cold, isn't it? And also if the gifts that you get, if you don't nurture it, it's going to die, and it's about reciprocity basically. And the feminine energy it has to be a two-way street. It's not just about everything comes my way. Yeah, that being said, things will come your way, but then you have to sustain them. You have to have the capacity to receive them. So first things first, it's about healing and accepting that you deserve the best. And when you start believing that you deserve the best, it means that you're going to alter things internally and also as well as externally, because when you start receiving those gifts from inside, it means that whatever is going to manifest on the outside, there's going to be, I would say, you're going to have capacity to receive it, and also the permission. You're going to give yourself the permission to receive it. Whereas if there's unworthiness, self-doubt, or you don't feel like you're enough, chances are you're going to unknowingly reject the gift, or maybe get the gift and not be able to use it to your advantage, and to the giver's advantage as well. So it's about reciprocity, but more importantly, starting by believing that you're worthy of that which you are asking. And also, when we get to a place where we, as a collective, get to a place where we realize that we are worthy of all our desires, and they really should manifest one way or the other, I think that's when healing begins to flow. And also we begin to get rid of scarcity mentality and that lack mentality, because it means that there is enough for all of us to go around. My second point is, you cannot control the outcome. This is so important. If you're a Taurus, obviously you're gonna have a bit of control issues, and this is one of the hardest things that I had to learn. And sometimes you can show up in your full feminine energy, you're looking the part, but the outcome is not up to us, it's not up to you. So just because you embrace the feminine energy, it doesn't mean that you're going to be exempted from life, because people do have free will as well. So the best thing is to move with confidence, is to move with the best intentions, so that this way, whatever the outcome is, you are not going to obviously overinvest yourself, you're not going to run yourself down to the ground, and you're not going to overcompensate as well. You're just going to be confident enough and trust that whatever the outcome is going to be, it's going to be the betterment for me and for that person. So therefore, there's no need to control, because when you control, it means that you're not trusting yourself, you're not trusting your feminine energy, you're not trusting your capabilities. Why? Because you have this outcome in mind, and there are two parties involved, and both parties do have free will. So if the outcome is not what you wanted it to be, that is the will of God. And I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you're going to look back 3 years, 5 years later and realize, oh my God, I was being protected from what I thought I needed at the time. And it's okay to still be soft, it's okay to still be hopeful and believing, but knowing that the outcome is not in our hands, I think that is probably the most liberating thing we can do for ourselves. My third and final point is, what can you allow yourself to know today that you didn't know yesterday? Again, this is about also moving your feet to the beat of your heart. What can you know today? What can you learn? What gift can you expand on? And this way also you're tapping into your inner calling, you're tapping into your inner programming, you're tapping into your inner hobbies. What are some of the hobbies you can do today? Or what are some of the things you can do today? And I think this is where we can actually grow as people, because what interests me is not going to interest the other person, but those are the things that are going to make me stand out. Because when it comes to doing our eyebrows, we're doing our eyebrows the same, we're doing our contouring the same, we're wearing the same sort of clothes, so therefore there really is not much of a difference, and we're consuming the same kind of content. Whereas if you just be quiet and tap in and expand yourself and expand your soul basically, and do things that makes your soul sing, those are the things that will make your light shine. Because there's certain people whereby they just learned Italian in less than 6 months, they are fluent in it. Why? Because maybe they are so remembered. So it could be maybe playing the piano, you never played all your life, and suddenly you take up a few lessons, boom, you get it. So that's the same with just tapping in and just going within. And this is healing as well. This is your expensive perfume in the manner of Mary. What it is that makes you you, that makes you unique and make you stand apart from the crowd. And when you expand on these things, again, when you get those gifts, you'll be able to receive them, because already you have that certain confidence that doesn't come from clothes. It doesn't come from the kind of perfume you're wearing. It doesn't come from wearing whatever, or doing your hair a certain way, or another part, middle part, center part, whatever. This is the sort of confidence that comes from God himself, because you're in tune with your soul and you're listening and you're going within. And when you do these things, obviously more will come your way. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I prattled a lot, and yeah, so always find ways to create capacity to receive. And also whatever it is that you receive, you have to give back one way or the other, whether it's being more supportive, more understanding, more caring, and just being available as well. People fall in love in different ways. There's no one cookie cutter. So it could be that your uniqueness is what is going to open the door, maybe open that job opportunity. And also remember that in love and friendship and relationships, it's a two-way street, and it is hard for someone else to continue to be so hard on you, to be heavily into you, when you are just not when you're just not giving it back in some capacity, if that makes sense. To whom much is given, much is required. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of one another, love one another, and be kind to one another. If nothing else, I shall be seeing you in my next video. Bye.